afternoon, and I'm sitting next to my unstoppable partner, my partner in crime, the one and only. Introduce yourself, baby.
Stacy Stewart.
Yes, 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 yes. And today we are unstoppable stewards. And what we're doing today is we just diving in and we talking and we trying to get to the bottom of it. So, what we talking about, Mama?
I mean, we just really gonna go with the flow today, and that's the really kind of topic of this first half that we're talking about
Okay.
today, and it's just really life laws. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really life laws. I
Okay.
like to call it that, life laws. We know the um, laws of the land,
Right. Right.
the local laws, but sometimes we don't practice spiritual laws,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
We don't practice spiritual laws, and so spiritual laws are what we are really to live by,
True. So,
really.
so what would be one that stands out to you that you would say we need to kind of key in on in terms of abiding by these
Um,
spiritual laws?
Go with the flow of your life. Enjoy the journey. And
Okay.
I say that because there are a lot of women out there who want to be married, right?
Right.
And they're like searching for their husband, but they're depressed in their searching,
Mm.
right?
Imagine that.
Right? And so when they show up out in the world, they show up depressed looking,
Right.
sad,
Right.
bitter,
Right.
toxic,
Right.
and your husband might be right there in your face, but he's passing you by because of your toxic energy and the way. Yeah.
Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
That's
So
deep.
get happy before. So that's a spiritual law. And it's really faith,
Right.
right? People, we're supposed to have faith in the Bible says to come to me in prayer knowing that it's already done.
Right.
So if you know that something is already done, you get happy about it. If
Absolutely.
somebody told you on Friday, I'm giving you $10 million,
Right.
you happy about it because you know $10 million is
Yeah.
coming.
Right.
And so that's how we're supposed to trust spiritual laws and God, our source, whatever you call him,
Right. That energy.
trust that source, that
That
energy.
that
Yes.
energy is real, and
Yeah.
it don't play. And if an individual got faith, because that's the one component that I strive to have is that faith, and then that pretty much cuts clear across any religious genre you want to talk about. Whatever you believe in, have that faith
Yeah.
in whatever it is,
Yeah.
so that you know that believing that there is a higher power, that something great is gonna happen in your life.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just that simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Knowing that it's going to happen. And it's not just for desiring a husband, it's for whatever you desire in your life. Like
Absolutely.
whatever it is that you desire in your life, know that when you go with the flow and enjoy the journey, what do you mean by that, Stacy? What I mean by that, I'll take it in the example of a woman wanting a husband, right?
Right.
Everybody is not your husband. So when you're dating,
Right.
date to date. Don't date to try to entice this man to be your husband,
Right.
right?
Right.
You don't have to do that. It's going to come natural when it's natural. It's going to
Exactly.
come natural, and you'll know. You won't have to question yourself.
Yeah. That's
Ladies, let me tell you, you won't have to question.
that sound that sounds about right. I mean, you know what you know when you already see it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's pretty much you just build on it from there.
yeah,
That's basically what that is about.
yeah.
Somebody.
Like enjoy the journey, enjoy each. We used to say back in the day, stair step.
Yeah.
Like everybody's a stair step. If this didn't work out, then go here. This didn't
Absolutely.
work out, then go there, and just keep going until you know
And that
that
goes
one.
with, that goes with the evolution of success.
That's
One
right.
one brick a day will build a wall.
Yes, come on.
So we know that if an individual just keep pecking at whatever they pecking at,
Yep.
eventually things will start to manifest themselves.
Yeah.
And you'll see results.
Yeah.
It's just like working out. The person want to get in that gym and get their body fit. If they stay true to it, eventually they're gonna start seeing results.
Exactly.
So
And that's the same thing with the renewing of your mind.
yes,
So you guys, we 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 talk about evolution, but you can't evolve until you've evolved within your mind first. And
Exactly.
you have to change your thinking.
And
You
that,
have to. You must.
and some of these individuals, sadly, is in the midst of that hamster syndrome, where they're on that hamster wheel, running as fast as that hamster runs, and getting absolutely nowhere, burning all that energy, but not getting nowhere, and that's not a good look.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
It's
is not a
totally,
good look.
totally, totally, totally not a good look. But you can change that. That's
Right.
what both of us are sitting here witness, living witness to, and can testify to renewing your mind and bringing yourself into a different, renewed thinking. I like
Right.
that.
And that was kind of what we expounded on last week in terms of dealing with the schools and the state of where they are today in terms of teachers being overwhelmed and students not being, fully developed in terms of getting the necessary needs they need in order to be better people because of for whatever reason. And so we've stepped in and we constantly want to let people know that Guy Ride is here Monday through Sunday. And when I say that, that's all day, every day. We are not playing with trying to help these babies out here be better individuals and give this information to these parents who actually need this information. It's not a game out here, and
So basically, Guide Ride is our organization that we just have formulated. I'll say formulated because it's going to be layers to this.
Right.
But our program that we have up and running right now is our parent program. Our parent program consists of us assisting and educating parents on their rights within the public school system. Any parents out there dealing with a child who is suspended from school, often who is constantly getting into behavioral issues, that is our, I want to say, lead parent that we want to deal with. So if you guys or anyone out there know anyone, please, please, please forward our information. Take our email, unstoppablestewards@gmail. Give us a call there, and we'll take you to the next step after that.
because it's babies first with us.
Yeah.
And we see that this process is bigger than just the two of us. So we need y'all to get on board and begin to express your God-given right that you want what's best for your kids
Yeah.
in these schools. This unstoppable movement is about inspiring and motivating these kids, getting them on the straight path.
And adults.
And yes, and young adults too, because we ain't leaving them out. That's what this platform is about at Bay Life Radio. Positive energy, moving and shaking all day, every day. As you all know, you can catch us every Monday from 3 to 4 on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Bay Life Radio. I'm always
He gonna get it. He gonna get it one day.
I always
He gonna
get tongue tied. I ain't no rapper or nothing, so every now and then it happens to the best. So
That's all right. Practice make perfect.
Yes,
Baby. Practice
yes.
make perfect. Practice definitely make perfect.
But the inspiration and motivation is there, and what you were speaking on at the beginning of the segment was about some of these sisters out there that lack what I want to say. Woo.
You said it. Self-esteem. Was it self-esteem and
yes.
self-confidence?
Self-confidence and self-esteem, because some of these sisters sadly is letting brothers slide through, and then them brothers is beating the sun up. And when I say by that, they ain't never there. They just a thief in the night, and then they gone again. And sadly, some women is accepting that, and that's a lack of extreme low self-esteem when in other areas they excel in so many different ways, but when it comes to men, they just really can't get it together. And that's real interesting coming from some women that I see that are so confident in how they move about in life and are successful financially and everything else, but just in that department of a significant other just can't get it right.
Yep. You know what? I'm gonna have to agree with you because I went through that stage in my life. I can't sit here and be like, it's really amazing that you say that, and that's coming from a male perspective.
Right.
But I think that you are absolutely right. And when I was going through that, I wasn't looking at who I was. I
Right.
wasn't looking at the inner me. I was looking at everything outside of me, right?
Exactly.
But once I started loving me, I think that's the key. Like once
Absolutely.
I started loving everything about myself and loving me, I think I opened up the window to be able to be loved and
Exactly.
be lovable. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I opened up that window because at one point in my life, I was on the I don't need a man, and I was
Right.
very, 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 very comfortable with being single and living that single life. When
Understood.
really it was a lonely life.
Yeah, and we know and see too many people who live this addition that we speak about, where you just from woman to woman, or she from man to man, and they on the surface everything looks flashy and dandy, but really underneath they screaming for that ultimate attention, where they
Yeah,
ain't got to be out here moving and shaking with multiple partners.
yeah,
And it's just it's like coming from a space that I've come from, where I was missing in action for a long period of time, and then to come back and see what I'm seeing at the age that I am now, where I had to mature in an environment that was far, different from the one I'm seeing now. And then
right,
just the interaction of a man and a woman is just extremely a treat as well as a trip,
right.
because you be like, why is these cats acting like this, or why is these women acting like this? And
Yeah,
then we've been places where we've walked into different establishments and seen a ratio of so many women opposed to men, and vice versa in other places, and it's just like, whoa,
yeah,
what is this about?
yeah,
And so it's like, those are the kind of topics that intrigue us to want to know where everybody is.
yeah. Like,
Literally.
where they at? Where
Where
the
they
couples
at?
at?
Where
It
they
got me.
at?
It got me counting couples now when we go out. I be
Yeah.
like, dang. But I wasn't aware of that though.
Yeah,
As a single woman, I was one of them women out there, like having fun for real. Like, with my girls, we hanging out,
right.
and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's a treat and a trip,
Yeah,
because you see all these beautiful black women out here enjoying themselves. A lot of them appear to be successful just from the eyesight of what I see,
yeah,
and doing them. But then when I look to my left or my right, it's either a girlfriend or nobody at all. And it's like, whoa, like, where are these cats at?
yeah,
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I asked one sister this one time, and she was like, well, they in the penitentiary. And I said, yeah, that's one place. And then she said, unfortunately, the other ones is in the grave. And then she said, more sadly than that, the other ones are in other men's beds. And I was like,
And
whoa.
that right there is the ugly truth. Okay, we need some sounds on this one. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow.
Okay,
For real, though.
I'm just gonna go ahead. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow. I mean, it's definitely a situation that
It's
is
a-
what it is. But
it's a situation. It's a what did Jada Smith say?
about the relationship, an entanglement.
Entanglement is all of the above. Okay, it's
Yes,
all of them.
yes, it is, and
All of the mints. Okay.
it's like, you sit back and you try to you sit back and you try to process the whole situation and go, wow, this is what's really happening. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's just like, unbelievable.
Yeah, I know for you it is. Just
Yeah.
being and just coming home to this like what?
Man,
Like for
it's
real.
it's
I know.
it's truly an inspiring situation though. But the self esteem thing is frightening.
Yeah.
That a woman could be as successful as some of these women are, but be so just
It's from
torn
within.
torn from within, to not be able to come to an understanding of being able to deal with somebody in the capacity that they are, opposed to if certain standards aren't there, you immediately say fuck this dude.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
when you-
And it's
'cause-
a lot of people like when we was in our early 20s, we could do that, right?
Right.
And when we was in our 30s, we could do that. 40s, and most of us are in our 50s now. Okay?
Right.
And certain things that you required as a 20-year-old, I'm sure you have developed to not even, you know what I mean? Like look over that. Like we talked about that in our first podcast when we was talking about our relationship.
Right.
Had I been one of those people, I would have did this to you, and
Right.
pushed you away.
Right.
But I matured to a certain level in my life that I could see what was real.
Right.
I could see what was
But
real.
but you gotta respect, you know what I'm saying, my verbals though. I mean,
you know,
I
here you go.
I was able to persuade you.
Lavelle
emotionally.
Marseille Stewart. Okay.
Yeah, I was.
The M is not for Marseille. The M is for mouthpiece.
Right. There you go. There you go. Because I'm sitting next to the legend, the incomparable Stacy with the mole, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all know what that is. And on a given day, you know, we celebrate this unstoppable movement. And right now, if you like to, you know, we got call-ins at area code 510-563-7819.
What's that number, Bob?
That's going to be area code 510-563-7819. So if you decide to call in, you know what I'm saying, we can chop it up and see what it is. God bless y'all, and it's a beautiful day.
Yes, yes.
Loving every minute of
In
it.
spite of the rain. See that? In spite of the rain, because it is raining
Yes.
where we are.
I mean, they said something about a hurricane, a Hillary or something coming our way. You know, so the Bay just got this rain. Been seeing L.A. They've been getting towed up pretty bad down there in San Diego. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I saw that.
Shout out to the homies at that Skyline. Y'all representing. I know what it is, and we ain't talking about the high school.
Whatever. Don't you say nothing about my high school, okay?
No, but you crazy. You something else. But man, this weather is a trip. Cause you know this is the kind of weather that we see in Florida
the world
somewhere.
is round, right?
True.
And so that storm that hit. See, this will preach. This will preach.
Okay.
The storm that hit,
Yeah.
we turned. So we couldn't help but to get remnants of it. We didn't get the storm.
No.
But you're gonna get remnants of the storm, right?
Well, I mean, it's as fast as the weather has changed in just the last 6 hours from, you know, no wind at all to a full-fledged wind, and now the skies is gray
Gray.
and dark, and we getting rain.
Hello, gray skies. Hello, blue. Nothing
Yes.
can hold me.
Yes, you crazy. You crazy.
It is blue and gray skies outside. Okay?
Absolutely, and it's no joke. You know what I mean? No joke.
It is no joke, no joke, no joke. But yeah, the reason why I said that'll preach is because, you know, we do things in life that may be a storm, right?
Yeah,
But that world turns,
absolutely.
life turns. We go around the sun each year we get older, right?
Yes.
So as you going around that sun,
Yeah, that sun.
you got to be careful in the storms that you put out, because you're gonna feel the remnants.
Yeah, well, that's true.
You're gonna feel the remnants.
I can clearly concur with that.
Yeah.
That goes with everybody living, because
That's right.
you're gonna experience some storms. You can't get away from them.
Spiritual law.
Yeah.
What go around, come around.
But the preparation is dressing for them. And when I say that, I mean mentally being
Yeah.
able to be dressed for them.
Yeah.
You're going to have a full overcoat with a nice
No,
umbrella
I'm saying
so you
storms
don't get
that
wet.
you create.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, there are gonna be storms. We talked about
Yeah.
that. We
Yeah.
had this whole little thing about that.
Right, but this is all in your head. This
Right.
is not, nothing we're talking about is involving any clothes or anything like that. We're talking about what an individual goes through emotionally
Yeah.
and mentally,
Yeah.
because we've dealt with that in these schools where some of these kids have seen some real intense type of things in their young lives and don't know how to necessarily get that out to express that pain. And that's where we come in at. That's where Guide Ride comes in at, to say, hey, we here for you. Because sadly, a lot of the psychiatrists in school are probably white, and these youngsters don't want to talk to them. They clam up. They don't have nothing to say to them. And we've seen it firsthand.
Yep.
So it's
They need someone there that can relate to them, that looks like them, that speaks the same language as them. Like, it's not their fault that there's not any black therapists or black, specialists
right.
in those positions. It's just we pray for people like us to come along and be able to help those therapists.
Absolutely.
That for the most part, when we were in the school district, that was the highlight of what we did for me, is hooking these kids up with the therapist, hooking them up with academic support.
Right.
Because this is the stuff that these kids get caught in the wheel and it doesn't get done.
No, exactly.
That's why they'll start their independent education plan, the IEP,
Right.
and then it won't get done to the next year because someone drops the ball for a meeting, someone drops the ball. But with organizations like us, we're there to pick that ball up and push it forward.
Absolutely. I mean, because in God we trust is some real stuff, and it ain't just on the back of no money.
Mm-hmm.
We trusting in God to push us to continue this movement of Unstoppable, to stay true to these kids, because these kids need us, and we are constantly reaching out to those individuals who got kids in school, and those individuals who just are compassionate enough to say enough is enough and want to assist us. We have already started collecting clothes and different things of that nature, where we're taking it into various schools and handing it off to some of these elementary schools, where some of these kids either come to school and don't have any clothes to wear, or some might be at school, might get a little excited and have an accident, and instead of moms having to come and bring some clothes, there's clothes already up there to help them. And it's just those little things that, we ask that if you can, help us out. Because that's what we trying to do all day, every day, is stay true to the Unstoppable movement. You can catch us, as you already know, every Monday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on twitch.tv/Bay Life Radio, baby. You know what it is. We got to go pay some bills. We'll holler at you in a minute.
All right, y'all.
Smoke season, smoke season, smoke season, smoke season.
It's smoke season and everybody wanna have fun. So everybody grab a fat one and get some more.
Well, it's smoke season, and I'm about to get lit, getting juice, cause I'm draped in a brand new fit. Me and Billy tryna pull every freaking town. The new summer and it's already going down. So I puff on the joint and hit some brew and start thinking of some crazy old things to do, like a barbecue. Cause I wanna have a piece, and there's one on the west and another one on the east. But if we go, then you know we gotta go, key. So just proceed to go and get some more weed. And then one of my folks told me he got the bomb. Oh yeah, my partner Ant Banks hit by the dime. They twisted up a fat J, now we about to go. And a fat picnic is where we headed, folks. Pulled up, all you smell was straight barbecue. And a young player like me straight starving too. So we fired up the chops and smoked them up. Ate some food and hollered out our folks and cut. Full and lit so we can't even trip. Now we headed for the west, so it's back on the strip. Then I pop my tape in the deck, peep on all the hood rats. And they breaking their neck just so they can look back. I just lounge and watch all the snitches jock. I'm on my way to the west side picnic spot. Stop at the stove, get a hold of some gin, so we can get high and eat all over again. Cause for me to be sober in the summer, it ain't no reason. So burn another J, partner, this smoke season.
It's smoke season and everybody wanna have fun. So everybody grab a fat one and get some more. Rapping, running, and diddly dog. Bad influence, bitch, straight got it going on. Yeah, for the smoke season. It's smoke season, and everybody wanna have fun. So everybody grab a fat one and get some more.
It's summertime and I feel the town heat. Burning up hot, I'm stuck raw, straight freaking. Another smoke season, the daily bomb fest. Every freak dressed for the butterfly contest. That I'm a damn show, have to run to as soon as rapping rhyme banks and Father Dime come through. No sooner said than done, hit a mirror come smashing up the streets. Zap go face off CD and high mid streets. Them 15s and them 4-way by 9s kick. Slumping, bumping, gangsta summertime hits. Now we go deep, I'm stuck, riding tough. I wish a po-po would try his luck. Thinking G's slipping, y'all tripping when them 4 barrels open up and slip pods and kick in. Burning rubber skirting past 83rd. Look like a block party. Let's pull over to the curb, bounce out the ride. Fade it, fit it, roll up a chop, blaze it and hit it. Surrounded by top-notch hood rats, we can rush on. Get a quick buck on and get a quick touch on. I see my folks everywhere, so I got to give them hugs. Burn a couple of sacks, show them dilly dog. Got some love, now we all high. Peeping freaks that's so thick. Sandals on backs out and them 94 kits. Back all out, it probably make your mother cry. Dark skin, thick little freak working a butterfly. Baby, come here, let me tell you something flat out.
Yes.
You got a back like Chad Ave. We got the winter in the spring and the autumn in the fall. But summertime is when bad influence like the ball. I love this time of year cause it's just so pleasing. I'm throwing up a fat peace sign to the smoke season.
It's smoke season, and everybody wanna have fun. So everybody grab a fat one and do some more. Rapping, running, and diddly dog. Bad influence, quick, straight, got it going on. Yeah, for the smoke season. It's smoke season, and everybody wanna have fun. So everybody grab a fat one and do some more.
Tuning in every Monday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Y'all know where to find us. That's twitch.tv/BayLife Radio. My name is Lavelle Stewart, and I'm sitting next to my beautiful wife,
Stacy Stewart.
Yes.
Shout out to hip hop again. I just love how we just been playing that old school.
For sure,
You
for
know,
sure.
just again, I'm just in awe that I was a part of that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
really am.
it's
Like,
big.
I really was.
It's widespread. It's so big. It's global. So, you know, the love that it's getting, especially in the United States, from how they breaking it down, going, you know what I'm saying, from genre to genre, coast to coast, and celebrating how hip hop was born in those particular areas is what it's about. It's about, you know, you can't change the narrative. You threw that seed out there, and when it grew, it didn't necessarily become an oak tree. It might have became a palm tree, or might have became, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of them, a redwood or something. You know what I'm saying? Them type of trees. So all different variations, and that's how that branch of hip hop is, because some people impacted it in so many different ways, from a lyric, from a song to a beat, from to a rhyme, to clothing, to fat, you know, just conversation, just how individuals view life. A lot of people just learn through hip hop to understand, you know, what corporate America was about. You know, you had different rappers that was preaching that type of stuff way back in the day, and then you had reality rappers, and then you had conscious, you had gangster rappers, you had so many different, you know, textures of rap.
You did, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't like what hip hop has evolved to. Like we just the other day we were just listening to my nephew.
Yeah.
He was it yesterday.
Right. You talking about the little female
Yeah,
out of
like I couldn't listen to
Miami.
8 bars of that. Have you heard her? What's her name?
Something dealing with coochie. And and it was
She's
like
younger and they
just
play her
just,
stuff on the radio.
Just the name alone.
I was just like, I could not listen to 8 bars. I couldn't listen to 4 bars.
Yeah.
Let's just be clear, okay?
Yeah.
To those of you who don't know music, okay, I couldn't listen to much, okay?
Right.
It's just what they're talking about. You know, the was it Evelyn Champagne that said, "Baby, you make my love come down."
Right.
Oh, you make my love.
That's right.
Like, she was talking about you. Basically, you make me come.
Right.
And so it was a dignified way to say it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Now it's just like my back, my neck, and my. It's
Yeah.
like, come on, where's our dignity? Like, where's your creativity?
Right.
And in the song that we heard this week, it was totally
And
raunchy.
That's what I'm waiting on, somebody to kind of like step out of that circle. That initial, wearing the raunchy clothes and all of that. I say it go further back than even hip hop. R&B, they was risque.
It goes further
But-
back, but what they were saying is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they had
well-
sex appeal
well,
and all of that,
The
but
type of lyric that you hear today, opposed to hearing back then,
yeah,
was just as raunchy, but it was
it was
had,
classy
But the
raunchy.
words that were that were conditioned to
What
be
did Teddy
used-
P say? You got what I need.
Right.
You got. But they ain't saying that now. They like giving it at me.
Yeah.
It's just raunchy. Like, just come on now. There's no
That's
way to
true.
defend it.
That's
There's no
true.
way to defend it.
I'm not trying to say that is something that I would listen to for long periods of time, because eventually just the voice alone becomes that irritating. But I would say I give it a chance just based on the fact that where we were just talking about in this 50 years, hip hop has evolved. It has went to places that I remember when my mother was hearing Run DMC and Curtis Blow and the
And was
Fat
saying
Boys.
that, what kind of music was we
Was
listening
we
to?
listening to? So now here it is. I'm hearing that same type of scenario replaying itself, and instead of me going all the way in and saying how dare this generation do this.
Yeah, but this
I
is why
don't.
we've evolved to where we have evolved to.
That's
because
true.
It is a mess right now. It literally is a mess. Like,
I mean,
you have these young women chanting these words that they're saying on the radio.
yes.
And they're chanting it. What do they think about themselves? That's what it goes into the conversation that we was just having.
Right.
The lack of confidence, the lack of self-worth,
Yes.
all of that. And it goes into why all of these women are out here alone.
That's true. I mean, there's so many psychological barriers that y'all get trapped in, though, that go far back. I mean, even through slavery time, where it was the light skin, dark skin theory, and then the green eyes, brown eyes, and then all these hazel eyes, and all of this different, because I look this particular way, that I'm judged a certain way. So that has been going on forever, and I almost want to say that at the time of Babylon, when everybody's voices was completely changed, folks' opinions became changed that same day.
Yeah.
So they viewed people different. They start looking, oh, your ass is fatter than mine, or your nose is more complex than mine,
or your lips are
is
bigger than mine.
Those different type of opinions about us have gone on for so long that now, with this type of media way of getting out the information, it's just smack dab in your face. And I mean, is there a situation where it becomes too much? We like the only country that just don't allow nudity. Everywhere.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, I said we're one of not the only one, but we're one of that, frowns upon nudity, where, and it's just, now it's just so like,
It's blatant
it's
now.
in your face.
Yeah.
The regular media, and I say regular media because the regular media don't respect real media. Real media is what we doing right now at twitch.tv/Baylife Radio. We giving it to you raw and uncut every Monday, as you know. But this is the difference. They want to censor, they want to control, they want to dominate, and then they want to push that narrative that certain lifestyles is okay. And that's not real life right there. And then when people get so caught up in thinking that the way of the life is what mainstream media is trying to perpetuate to us out here, then it's unfortunate that folks run right into them walls. and look real stupid doing it because it's like that shit's not real.
Not at all.
It's not. It's not. You get caught up in that cycle, and you thinking that they what they glorifying in these movies and these rap videos and 2 or 3 bottles of the, and a snapshot of somebody sitting at a bar. If that's what it's all about, that ain't what's up.
No.
That ain't what's up. And the raw reality is folks is out here busting their ass every day, 9 to 5. That's real. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
Go to work. Get your hustle on. Get things established for yourself and your family, opposed to having to look over your shoulder all day, every day. Because that ain't no way to live, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
When things are so available to you, but you're so ignorant and just don't want to get out there and go get it. And that's what we trying to change in the narrative of this education system that we attacking. We're basically saying that rights and all these different resources are there for you to take. Grab them. Make that shit happen for your child and kids that's going to come after them. Because a lot of people could definitely benefit for the information that we try to provide out here. It's real.
No, not that we try. The
Yes.
information that we are providing.
Excuse me.
The whole
with that
thing is
word
that we're
try.
providing the information. It's up to you to take it.
Yeah.
And that's what's wrong with us, too, as a community. We will not act. I'm going to say that again. We will not act upon resources and things that are given to us and that's given our way. You have to act. You have to take action.
Yes.
Hence, unstoppable.
Right.
The only way you can be unstoppable is if you take action to set out to even move and be movable. You
Absolutely.
understand? So unstoppable means no matter what gets in my way, my target is right there and I'm going to get to it.
And we say, why wait until something happens?
Right.
When we have the ability to make something happen before that problem happens. We're trying to resolve the problem before it happens because that problem has been going on for decades. The two of us who sit in front of you right now suffered from that problem. And millions of kids across the country have suffered from that problem where teachers have literally just given up on us.
Yep.
And it's not cool. And so what we're asking you to do is come together and join this fight with us. It's real big at Guide Ride and at Unstoppable.
And I want to choose another word than fight. You know what I mean? I think if we say fight, let's say good fight.
Well,
because this is a good fight.
Yeah,
This is a good fight. This is a really good fight.
John Wallace he said it the best. Get in good trouble.
Yes. Yes.
So we seeking good trouble.
Yes.
Because our city owes us, and we
Yes.
owe this city. Those of us who've grown up here in Oakland know what Oakland was once like. It was a beautiful place. You could go to any park in the city of Oakland on a good weekend, and it was a popping picnic because folks was out there enjoying themselves and they wasn't worrying about all that ignorance.
Yeah.
Now it's ghost towns around here.
Yeah.
And it's time to basically bring Oakland back because that's what this is. That's a part of what this is about. For these young people to be appreciative of where they from and where they grew up at. And excuse me, yes, John Lewis. I said Wallace, John Lewis. Oh my God, I was out of pocket for that. Shame on me.
Shame on
Yeah.
you.
Shame on me. But anyway, yeah, man, to bring Oakland back to really to that prominence. Like I remember growing up and just Lake Merrick, just and you could go down there and really enjoy yourself from a show, somebody putting on the show, to just people hanging out, to just
You know what the unfortunate thing is, and this is why I'm glad we are heading this and getting this started. This is not just an Oakland situation. This is all over the nation.
Right.
Like Chicago, like everywhere. Like
Yeah, Los
everywhere.
Angeles. I mean,
everywhere.
from coast to coast.
Yeah.
You could basically do a survey on how many people just in different years. Just pick a year and do a survey and see how many kids was deprived whatever they could have got based on the fact either their skin color or because a teacher didn't like them because they had an attitude or they were doing whatever they was doing in the class that caused them to kind of like be ostracized from everybody else. Everybody's got that kind of story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's happening all day, every day, and it has to stop. the situations that's going on now in the schools, especially the public school system, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely
and this
ridiculous.
is why we are donating clothes, you guys, because the kids, we have seen it with our own eyes. Kids coming to school with the same clothes that they had on for the last 3 days, or
Right.
the same socks or holy shoes, and that goes against their self-esteem. Being at school,
Absolutely.
not having things. And if you have ever had to live that life even a little bit, you understand. And
Right.
so give back. We need a address for people to give.
Well, you want to do the Unstoppable Stores, and then they just hit us there, and we can
Oh,
go
and we
from
can
there.
pick it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so let 'em know.
So if you have clothes for donation for kids, you can email us at unstoppablestewards@gmail.com.
Yes.
And also, while I'm at it, I want to invite any parent out September 30th. We teamed up with the NAACP. We are the Women Who Win with the NAACP. I'm on that committee.
Shout
And
out.
we are going to have a parent summit educating parents on their rights with kids with disabilities.
Yes.
If you have a kid with a disability, if you think your child has a disability, we will have therapists on site. We will have all the information you need to get started with assisting your child. That's
Yes.
going to be September 30th. That's going to be at the West Oakland Library in West Oakland on Adeline. West Oakland Library from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. We'll be there September 30th. So
Come through
Come
and support your babies, man. I mean, it's real. We need
get
you.
support for your babies. Okay.
Yes. And
Yeah.
get support and come support.
Yeah.
Because just because you may not have a child in school no more, your voice still matters.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
child is growing up in the community that you live in that may one day police your community or be a construction worker in your community or be whatever the case may still be working in that community. So help these babies. Help us help these babies. That's what we need you to do.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mr. and Mrs. Stewart, excuse me. You have John Lewis on the line with you, and he's asking, could you please give your Cash App because he wants to give a cash donation.
Yes, it is Unstoppable Stewards. So cash tag Unstoppable Stewards.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Every little bit counts, ladies and gentlemen, because that's what we doing. We giving it right back. This is not.
Is it any way that he can leave his information so that we can keep him abreast on what we're doing and where
Absolutely.
his charitable donation is going? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. That's what this is about. We not playing with this. We want folks to see where their money is going. We want folks to know where these clothes is going. We are actively finding different places where the kids are involved, that we are assisting them on every level possible.
Hey, listen, and if you know of a school that you can put us in contact with, we would need to get in contact with the community advisor
Right.
at each school. So we are doing that. We actually started our program in the Richmond Public School Districts. But if you are someone who's listening on and you're in any school district, please, please, please give us that school district so we can connect with the community advisors so that we can get donations to their kids as well, because it is for certain in our inner city schools, these kids are suffering.
Yes.
And there is a need for clothing and a whole bunch of other stuff. So also, if you're looking on and you do have resources, please partner with us here at Guide Ride so that we can together. See, this is the thing. It's so many organizations in the Bay Area, right?
Right.
And it's so many organizations everywhere. But what we don't do is come together.
Right.
It's like we are the body of Christ. Some of us are fingers, some of us are toes, some of
Right.
us are legs, some of us are arms, some of us are heads,
Right.
some of us are necks. But we have to come together. So
Absolutely.
if you have any resources, please, please, please contact us at unstoppablestewards@gmail.com. Again, we are up and running, grassroots. We're working on our website right now, so we will continue to give information on how to contact us as it unfolds,
it's a
as
day-
it evolves.
It's a day-to-day operation.
Yes.
And we working in this every day. There is no one same thing every day. There are different issues dealing with different children every single day, and so that's what makes this whole situation unique. Is because just when you thought you put one fire out, here comes another, and so we are just fully engaged in boots on the ground, and we need the support of our community to say enough is enough. Because as long as we continue to help one child, we can help more than one, and so forth and so forth. And today is that day.
Yeah.
Oakland has cried out for too long for people to actually come in and say enough is enough in these schools. The schools need to be left alone, ladies and gentlemen. They off limits. They have to be left alone. People have to be able to drop their children off and know that they are safe. Know that they in there getting a real education for themselves and not just there and being passed over from one grade to the next based on the fact of their age and not what they actually know, because
Yeah.
that's what's going on. Oh,
Yeah.
this kid is such and such an age, he got to be in this grade, but he ain't reading up to that level, he ain't writing up to that level, he ain't doing nothing that would suggest that he needs to be in that grade. But that's what they do, just pass him along. And what we're trying to do is intercept that theory and say enough is enough. And I
Yeah.
can't stress that enough to you that we're tired.
Yeah.
It's a lot of parents that we've talked to that once we give them this information, they are so overwhelmed because they did not know that this stuff existed.
Yep.
And trust me, it's going to help your child immensely if you take this information and apply it to whatever school that they are in.
Yep. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah.
It is. It's the truth. And don't be afraid to reach out. That's what's going on in our community too. If your child is a year old and it has a cousin
Right.
that's walking and your child is not walking, okay, give it a chance. But if your child is not is 16 to 18 months and not walking, there's something wrong.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid to reach out. That's the part. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel set apart, because you are not alone. You are not alone. The best
Exactly.
thing is to get the child some help now. The younger, the better, because the older you let the child get, like Lavelle said, they will keep passing your child to the point where your child will experience behavioral issues because he does not know how to focus in class because he can't keep up. So the only thing he has to do now is act up in class.
Right.
I know I'm talking to somebody. You know how the preachers be. I know I'm talking to somebody.
Right.
I know I'm talking to somebody right now.
Yes.
I already do.
Yes.
That's your child. Like, get the help that your child needs. Stop taking your child out of one school and putting them in the other.
Yes.
That's the other thing. Stop it. It's not the school. It is not the school. I repeat, it is not the school. You need to get your child some help, or else you're going to continue to go school after school after school. And then you'll continue this behavior throughout their education, and they will be the ones ending up suffering.
Absolutely.
On top of you having to go enroll your child in a new school every year,
Yeah.
or try to find another district to put your school in. It's not the schools. It's not the district. Get your child some help, right? Because we've seen that.
That's what it's about. And,
Yeah.
And we've also seen that once the kids get the help, how once they start learning, their whole mental everything changes because of how they see in themselves and what they actually capable of being.
Yes.
So that's the big thing too, because it gives them that self-confidence,
That's right.
that self-worth. And as we spoke on earlier in our segments about some women that we knew that were highly successful but lacked in self-worth, and the self-worth of allowing a man to simply, run over them just because they want to be in the comfort of a man. And that's so backwards, but it's sadly going on all day, every day throughout this country. it's so many, you know, beautiful women out here that are just settling for less just because. And that ain't cool.
No, it's really not.
No.
And I'm telling you, I was one of those beautiful women who was.
Right.
And it's just what it is. I was until I started loving myself, and that goes under self-worth.
Yes. And that's why I say it goes as far as a child. This self-worth that we're talking about, self-awareness, all of that. It goes all the way to the child state up until a full-grown woman.
Yep.
So imagine that. But let's say that through all the training that one person got, they never actually worked on themselves.
Yep.
So they was too busy in the books doing all of that, but did not work on themselves.
Yep.
And that's what a lot of people are suffering from right now. They got the book smarts. You know, they can tell you everything that relates to the books, but they've never just really concentrated on themselves, and as a result, they suffer psychologically in a box that you see somebody riding down the street in a pretty car and they dress real nice, and you think, oh, that person got it going on. But they are so fractured and dysfunctioned inside.
Yeah. Once again, it goes into those spiritual laws.
Yes. What we talked about.
You got to work on your spirituality.
And you got to continue to stay working on yourself. So,
Yeah.
like the Unstoppable Movement, every Monday, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, we trying to work on your brain and give you something to think about, something to kind of reflect and understand where you are as a person and what you need to do to get better. Because we all striving to get better. Nobody's ever going to get perfect. You just get better.
That's right.
And as long as you continue to strive to get better, you can't do no wrong by yourself because you know what you're supposed to be doing. And when you get past that part where you forget what you're supposed to be doing, don't hate on yourself. Just bring yourself back.
That's right. Well, all right, y'all. I am Stacy Stewart, a.k.a. Stacy with the Mo.
With the Mo, popping all day, every day. My wife, love her to death. You know what I'm saying? We got a guy, Egg, up in the building, loving you, appreciating you every Monday, looking out for us, putting us on this beautiful platform, getting this information out to the folks that need it, and we're going to keep doing it as long as y'all allow us to do it. So thank you. I'm Lavelle. Beautiful
We are
Mondays.
the
Stewarts.